happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of my California road trip series. If you guys want to catch up on all of the things that I've been doing, head over to my main channel page and take a gander on the main channel page. Just kind of check out the playlist. I've a bunch of other playlists for other things. They may not be your style, whatever. Just let me know in the comment section what you're kind of into and what your takeaways from some of these videos are. So anyway, feedback is the key. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And so anyway, without further ado, we're starting out at the Point Arena Lighthouse, and we're driving away from that. It's a nice lonely little road coming out here. It's well enough traveled, but there's nothing out here. Just throwing that out there. There's not really anything. As far as gas stations, make sure you are always gassed up when you're coming out to this side of the continent. There's not very much in the way of gas stations. If you're from out east or in the Midwest, where you're used to gas stations on every corner, it's not happening here. Anyway, we are heading back out to Highway 1, and here it's called the Shoreline Highway, but its familiar name is going to be the Pacific Coast Highway. This stretch of the Pacific Coast Highway is not as windy and crazy as the last that I showed you guys, which was south of there, just north of San Francisco. If you're a little bit on the older side and you're not really interested in crazy drives, this section of the highway is going to be much more tolerable maybe for you than most of these mountain roads that you're going to be going through. So anyway, we're heading north. There's a few small little towns. There are many bed and breakfasts. There are so many places to stay along here. There's so many opportunities for you guys to be able to stop and enjoy the scenery. There's several towns, just little tiny villages along the shoreline that are very accommodating to tourists. And I mean, although it's not really big tourist town like you would find say along the Great Lakes or Northern California, where you've got all the redwoods and everything and you got all the tourist traps, don't be thinking that. It's more along the lines of way laid back, not really uppity. It's a very relaxed, chill environment in this stretch of the highway. So just kind of keep that in your thought process. There's not really any nightlife out here. So we're going on Shoreline Highway, which is Pacific Coast Highway 1. I'm heading north to the Navarro River. Now, the Navarro River is, they have a beach there. There's a beach. It's a pretty nice little shoreline and everything there. Pretty cool little spot to kind of stop and hang out. So that's kind of where I'm heading today. But along the way, there are a couple little towns that I was just describing, a couple little places to stop and rest. But something that was really on the map that I really wanted to kind of take a peek at was this S-curve by what is called Elk Creek. There's a couple of other sites on the map. When you get to the point where you can pull off on the top of the hill there, there's Elk Rock. Elk Rock you can see in a couple of the pictures that I took, and I'll post them toward the end here. Anyway, there's a lot of different cool things around here. There's a lot of lighthouses along the coast. There's a lot of people that really have a lot of history going on here as far as shipping and everything. And there's a lot of sea life. Depending on the time of year, there's a lot of seals, a lot of sea lions, a lot of whales. The time of year I was out here didn't really have that much opportunity to spot any, but there's a lot of wildlife along this stretch of the coast. It's very rocky. A lot of the outcroppings are granite outcroppings that you're going to see out off the shore that are breaking water and everything. You're not going to see much in the way of nice flat sandy beaches unless it's where a creek or a river comes out. I think the Manchester State Park is the largest white sands beach in Northern California, I think. So that's going to be your only real big beach. It's not really, it's not going to be a beach like Southern California, so don't think that. But you can go out there and enjoy things. we're getting up here to Elk Creek, and we want to do a little bit of filming on this S-curve. Now, I wanted to film down in the S-curve as I was coming up the hill, and then as I was going down the hill. That didn't quite happen because for whatever reason, I happen to be following the slowest motorcycle on the planet, and I can't say that I can blame the dude, because he had like his whole life packed on the back of that motorcycle, which it is what it is. So I didn't get a good, set of footage for going down the S-curve, and I didn't really get too good a footage coming up. But as I was passing the cameraman, it kind of paid off in the end, right? So it wasn't too bad. But I digress. I stopped at the top of the hill here where the turnoff is, and I got to enjoy some of the scenery, watch the ocean a little bit. It's not really, something that's really too in-depth or anything. But you just sit there and just take nature in. Just look at the ocean. There's a lot of ocean to see out here. There's not very many trees. It's quite sparse. But anyway, this S-curve, like I said, it's Elk Creek. It goes into the Pacific Ocean here. So moving north, past the town of Elk, and then I head north to the junction between 128 and 1, kind of goes around, goes over a little bridge. But instead of going that way, there is right before you get into the bridge there. It's Navarro Bluff Road. Navarro Bluff Road just kind of tucks right along the Navarro River on the south side there, and it is not a very well kept road. Okay, so if you have a car like mine, you know, a C4 Corvette or any sports car for that matter, definitely take your time, very careful going down this road. There's a couple of old buildings there along the way. There is some history in the area. I'm not really too up on it, but there's a lot of stuff there to kind of catch up on if you did want to go around and be touristy and nosy and everything. There's a little bit of a campground there. I did notice that there were stalls for RVs and stuff, so if you wanted to go down there and do some camping, that's a good spot to do it. Now, because this is a river delta, you know, if we could call it a river delta, there are a lot of things that you would typically find in a river. You know, and during high water, you're going to end up with log jams and stuff that flows from upriver during events of high water. Well, this area is no exception, so when you get out of the vehicle, you're immediately greeted with the sight of the log jams and everything that are present. Now, the Pacific Ocean does present itself as an issue here. It is constantly battering this little coast here, and the sandbar that you're walking out on, if you do decide to come out on this, depending on what time of year it is. If it's during the rainy season, this could get really naughty. I know that the rivers around here during monsoon season do get really, really full really, really quick. So this is the land of the mudslides, so just kind of keep that in mind. Plan your trip accordingly.
Look for places.
There's another body armor one down in there that was empty.
I thought so too. We don't have anything to stand on.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Open your door and get me the. Take your GoPro off. Sorry about that. Going where the river meets the ocean. Oh yeah. Two bodies of water meeting right here. Pretty cool. Oh my gosh! Oh, that's rigid. Oh. There's a current coming in. Oh, it's some cold water. Kelp? Kelp, anyone? That's crazy. Oh, here comes a wave, right here. Made it. This is the Pacific Ocean. I'm gonna get out of the way of that one. It's a little bit more frosty than I want. Oh, this is good. Oh boy, that's cold. Cold water. That's cool. That's neat too. Seal over there. Water ramps up the hill here, goes down and into the river. The river goes over here. Only over here. Pretty cool. Oh, it's cold. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you guys like some of the pictures that I'm taking, by all means, shoot me an email, leave it in the comment section, and I will get a hold of you. I do have a Patreon if you guys want to contribute to things like this. I know the channel's quite young, but at the same rate, I have plans for the channel, and I know where I'm kind of wanting to go with the channel, and you know, I'm gonna start, you know, growing the channel here very shortly, very soon. So you guys are gonna see a lot more from the channel. I'm gonna be putting in a little bit more effort as far as editing and putting videos together. I've got some projects that I have planned for travel, and you know, if you guys are contributing on Patreon, you can help out with that, and by subscribing, you're going to be able to help out with that a lot, and also leaving comments and hitting the like button. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to be going from Highway 1, and we're going to be taking a right onto 128, and we are going to be going through the Navarro River Redwood. It's a state park. It's redwood forest. Basically, it's a redwood forest that is called Navarro River Redwood State Park, and it basically goes along the river, and it's a really cool drive. It's like a little mini Avenue of Giants. So you know, it's one of those things where if you aren't able to make it to the Avenue of the Giants. Not near as big of trees out here, but still a pretty cool drive. Yeah, I enjoyed the drive. It was awesome. And I hope you guys have been liking the videos. I think it's really cool. And like I said, questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. And I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.